Page 19, here's a happy song. Let's look the piece over. Treble and bass clefs again. 4/4 time again. Sometimes the notes are playing at the same time, sometimes they're not. There's a repeat sign at the end of the second line, so we're going to play it twice. The dynamics given are loud, F for loud. That's the melody. Okay, where's the melody? Well, the left hand's the only thing playing at the beginning, so we can figure that's probably melody. That's not always true, but in this piece it is. And you see that the right hand gets the chords. Okay, so that tells me the melody must be in the left hand. That's not always true either, but in this piece it is. So the melody's in the left hand. I want the left hand loud, and the right hand not so. I don't know how loud for the right hand. It's just got to be softer than the left hand. So in the second measure, when I play that half note G in the left hand, that chord has to be softer than that. And that chord there, by the way, is quarter notes. It looks like half notes because they put the names of the notes in the middle of the note. I wish they wouldn't do that, but Alfred does that to help you out because you still need to know the names of the notes. So hopefully you're still practicing saying the names of the notes. But it's a quarter note, so it's one beat. So you're playing that and holding it down while you play the chord softly, because we still want to hear the G. That's what's important. And then the last measure of the first line, when the left hand plays that F, it's going to hold it down for the whole measure. Well, in a piano, when you play a note, it immediately starts dying away. You have no control over it. So these notes in the right hand, the F and the G, have to be softer than this F. We want to hear this F, not these, so it's here. Make these softer than that, and you may have to get them even softer as this hand dies away. So you have to experiment with that. Now there's a little box there to say read by patterns. Yes, to some extent I certainly read by patterns, but you'll develop these patterns in your head as you play song after song after song after song. You'll recognize patterns because you'll run across them over and over and over. That C chord in the right hand, you'll recognize that as a chord. Eventually, you'll just, oh, it's a C chord, and you'll just play it you'll think it as one thing, and you'll just play it. The same as the F and the G in the last measure, you'll recognize that. So you learn to recognize these patterns. But as far as going up a second or down a second, I've never really done that too much. But you can do that if you want. There's nothing wrong with it. For us lazy people, we generally don't do that. So let's try this out slowly. And since it is repeated, we're going to play it twice. I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'm just going to play the notes. You can do the dynamics on your own. Again, it doesn't give a speed. It says happily. So be happy. Eventually, you do that on your own too. Right now, we're going to go slow. So be slow. Now again, a little bit about technique. Just reinforce some things. Here at the beginning in the left hand, I'm actually dropping my wrist on each one of these because I'm using the weight to push the note down, and I'm just transferring the weight from finger to finger. But I'm dropping the wrist each time I do that. The transfer you can't really see from above because it's a very small movement, but hopefully you can see that I'm dropping the wrist down. This is good exercise for a while. And then in the right hand, of course, the chords, I'm going to lower the weight, and it's going to push the notes down. I put them in that position and push them down. And if I'm lucky, they all go down at the same time. Who knows? Keep that in mind as you're playing these and as you're doing the scales. Think about the technique. It needs to be automatic, and it's going to take time for it to be automatic. So you just keep thinking about it now, and eventually it comes. It does come. For me, it took about 9 months or so. 6 months to 9 months. I don't know. I don't remember. It took a while for me to do, because I was used to playing with stiff wrists and a lot of muscles, and I had to unlearn all that and learn this other. So if you can learn to do this from the beginning, you don't have to unlearn it later. So put your hands in C position. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, Ready, go.